So we really are experiencing some incredible plasma light coming onto the planet. And as it does come in from the sun, we're noticing how much more reactive Gaia is being. That's the seismic activity we're seeing. That's the experience of all of the Schumann resonance spikes and all the different solar flares that are being measured. But it's important to understand that this is part of the process. As these solar flares come in, they are really designed to rapidly accelerate the transformation we're in process of right now. And we kind of think of transformation as something that happens relatively quickly. We experience things in our linear mind. We want instantaneous. We live in an instantaneous world, right? Fast food and I can switch channels quickly. We want money in the bank. Let's send it over. It's electronically done almost instantaneously. Our generation and the younger generations really don't even understand not having things happen instantaneously. However, the transformation we're going through doesn't happen that quickly. And so there are sequences and layers and levels to this process that we happen to be at the forefront of as we have been working on upgrading our physical vehicle, our bodies. And Gaia has been going through this for quite some time as well. But as these solar flares, as this plasma light comes in, as we see the seismic activity with the Schumann resonance lasting for much longer periods, it's a real scientific way to look at the amount of energy that is really coming on the planet to transform. And again, as I've spoken about many, many, many times, Gaia is leading the way. She's our ride through the cosmos. And as we came through that extraordinary portal on April 22nd, which was Earth Day, and so there was so much focus for the moment for humanity as we've picked one day a year to actually honor her. And it's about really taking that one day and making it every single day. Because as she continues to awaken, as her natural organic stargates come online, as her natural organic communication systems come online, as all of the natural organic hardware, if you will, and software start to come online with her, for her to be able to reconnect her body, her consciousness to a much bigger platform, if you will, we continue to experience those shifts as well. And so if you think about how much light is coming onto the planet and how much her Schumann resonance and those solar flares are affecting her body, we are following suit. So when we see these graphics, and when we see that the solar flares are hitting extreme levels, we know that this is really working to accelerate our own cellular shifts, changes within our molecular structure. And the last couple of weeks, you may have really noticed once again, this is becoming our new norm. It used to be that we would have months and months in between this kind of activity, but we've been preparing just like you prepare for a marathon, just like you prepare to be on one of those Ironman races. We've been preparing for years. And don't worry, those of you who are just new to the game, if you will, new to the experience and the awareness, your body intelligence remembers. There are definitely coding within your cellular structure that remembers how to go through this process. It's been in atrophy, it's been absolutely shut down for many, many, many centuries, many eons actually. But it's in there. And the coding, the awareness, the instructional code from the DNA, as we continue to repair it, as we continue to bring it back online, those dormant instruction codes are available. And so we continue on this process of this awakening. And it's a exciting one, but at times it can be quite intense as the rest of the world that is still operating at such low frequencies are getting, um, quite frankly, their buttons pushed. And so, as we go through this experience, knowing that we are, quite frankly, steps ahead, perhaps even miles ahead of the curve, we can hold the field. We can hold the level of consciousness. We can be the waking, walking example of what being in a higher state of awareness is all about. And as we continue on this journey, it's just going to get more and more and more intense as we continue to upshift, and as those who are really not doing the work, they have the memory codes too, but they're just much more disconnected. They're much more out of alignment. And as we do this journey, every single person on the planet, every individual, has their own inside job. No one can do it for you. There is no cheating. There is no saying that you're at a higher level of consciousness than you really are. There is no pretending through this process. You're either holding the frequency and your body is operating at that level of consciousness, or you're not. And so it's a beautiful design where you can truly be aware the frequency that something holds, regardless of the words, regardless of the actions. It is the frequency, and we can tell. And so can those who are not as awake and aware. When they come into your fields, they know something. They may not be able to articulate it, they may not be able to put their finger on it, but they can sense it. And so as we continue, and this is now the new experience, and it will continue to just get more light plasma coming on the planet, more seismic activity, more to enhance our ability to shift into higher consciousness. And so as you walk this path, and as you continue to raise your hertz, raise your frequency, you'll be able to be in service just by being. No words even required. It is your frequency field that will affect those around you. And the higher you can hold your frequency and the more you can sustain it, the more in service that you are. And so as we continue and we move towards now the next major trigger point, which is going to be approximately a week and a half away, a little bit more than that, maybe just under 2 weeks, we move into the 555 portal. And so the next couple of weeks are going to continue with this accelerated energy, because that trigger point is the biggest one of this particular gear, of this particular cycle. And with what we've been going through, that's a big statement. So again, we are in another level of preparation to be able to handle the energy that is going to come through during that trigger portal date.